Good evening, guys, and thank you for coming to the January 19th, 2021 business meeting. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Tonight we are joined by 5 of our board members, our superintendent of schools, Dr. Timothy Harney, our assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction, Dr. Ted Fulton, our district legal counsel, Mr. Christopher Clayton, our interim district clerk, Mr. Chris Oliva, our district clerk, Ms. Suzanne Benetti, and our student rep, Mr. Robert Honey. There are 2 opportunities for the community to participate during the Board of Ed meeting. The first is just before the board takes up its agenda, and the second follows the disposition of all agenda items. If you'd like to speak, please go to the podium in the back, use the microphone. We ask that you be a resident of the school district. Anyone else, we ask that the board vote in a majority to allow anyone else to speak. We ask that you keep your time to approximately 3 minutes. And for the convenience of the community, all Board of Ed meetings are taped and posted thereafter to the district website. And if you'd like to follow Dr. Harney on Twitter, you can follow Dr. Harney at BBP Soup. And if you'd like to follow the school district, you can follow the school district at BBP Schools. At this time, we open it up to any community members for new or old business. Not hearing any, we'll turn it over to Dr. Harney for a superintendent report. Dr. Harney, how are you, sir?
Good, thanks, Mr. Miller. Thank you very much. Welcome to everyone tonight. So I'm going to do kind of my part in 2 parts tonight. The first part, would like to recognize our students here tonight who are our PTA reflection winners. It is great to see some of you. In a couple minutes, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Fulton, and we'll get to recognize you a little bit more. So congratulations to you and to your parents. So welcome to you tonight. Just a couple of quick updates for you since the last time we met. So since the last time we met, in terms of anything that's related to COVID, you've seen some things come out related to the vaccines. Probably the last time we spoke, I was really talking about testing at that time, and as if we were identified as a zone, what would we have to do for testing? It seems like some of that conversation now has shifted to the vaccine. I guess it was probably about a week and a half ago is when the governor had come out and they talked about a phase-in plan of 1A, 1B, 2, and so on as it's going along. It turned out on, I don't know the dates off the top of my head, but it was probably around January 8th or so. We were notified that certain staff members within all districts would be moved to what they were calling 1A. So we were able to identify roughly, I guess I want to say about 30 staff who had the opportunity to get that first vaccine if they wished. So that had happened that originally week. And then what happened is we were trying to figure out how they would do vaccines. And then that Friday, which was January 8th, it might have been, is Governor Cuomo made an announcement of that 1B would be available to everyone else involved in education, people over the age of 65, those type of things. So since that time, there's been a lot of information that's come out by vaccines. What I can say for you is from a piece, it's great that we're moving in this direction. It's been a lot of frustration now. The systems that they have in place for the vaccine has been very challenging for our staff to be able to, if they wanted to volunteer to sign up for it. So that is something that we are struggling with, as well as anybody who falls into that 1A or 1B category. That's not just a school thing. It's not that. So I know the Suffolk County Superintendent Association is continuously having conversations with our county executive Balone and to try to find out alternatives or look at alternatives, things that maybe we can do to try to help with the process. But those are ongoing conversations right now. So really right now is if you've been following it on the news, it's basically you have to go through a link and people are trying to get the vaccines. The more difficult part of it is it seems like the number of vaccines that are available for anyone who wishes to receive one. So that's kind of been the things that we've been dealing with as a district, as many as our community members have as well. But we're continuing to have conversations with anybody and everybody who we kind of talked about the vaccine. So that's something that is kind of going along. Other thing as we're doing is we're going to be entering the second semester of school. Towards the end of the month, things that we're kind of talking about is within our own groups is continuously talking about that engagement piece for our students, especially those students as we work within the hybrid model. So we're looking to do some things, and we'll probably put something out in the near future in terms of, again, trying to build that partnership with parents and things that we can do for our students to kind of help them be successful. So that's something I'm just kind of putting out there as we continue our conversations, that we'll get notifications out and we'll kind of, so just look for that in the near future. So that's something that we're excited about as we're looking at some of that. Just on a side note is, last week we did have to go remote for Blue Point Elementary for 2 days, which if you remember, probably for the last month I've been talking about, there's really only 3 ways that we would have to probably go remote. Is if we were mandated to, if there was a supervision and safety concerns that we had to, or if the county executive had, or if we were going to testing. So in this case, we were looking at it in terms of things that we were doing with our staff. So we went remote, and I got to really applaud the Blue Point Elementary staff, the teachers, actually the entire staff, the administrators. Went very seamless in terms of going from in-person to full remote, so I'd just like to thank them. So it was a good first test run for us to have to make that decision that Sunday night. And then we were able to go Monday, Tuesday, and return to in-person on Wednesday. So I just, again, would like to thank them for everything. And then my last piece before I turn this over to Dr. Fulton is, I don't know if you happened to see in the paper this weekend, we had 2 Suffolk Zone winners. We actually have one sitting with us right here tonight, Mr. Robert Honey to my right here, so I'd like to congratulate him on this award. And I know she is not here tonight, but I would like to congratulate her as well, and we'll get her in here and sometime as well as Madigan Miller. So I'd like to congratulate her as well. Okay? And then it's just as I continue to talk about the partnership that we have to try to, again, continue to provide education in person is to kind of continuously remind our community and our parents, really kind of, as we're trying to follow all the protocols in place, the more that we can do this together, the better off we will be. So I'm continuously talking about, as we come out of a 3-day weekend, we get into the Super Bowl coming up and the February break and all those kind of things, is if we can continue to limit our social gatherings, because I can tell you from doing this for a while, it absolutely has a direct impact on us in the schools here. So the more help we can get, we would really appreciate it. So I'd like to thank everyone for all their efforts. With that, I'm going to turn it over, if it's okay with Mr. Miller, to Dr. Fulton right now, and we'll go into to recognize our PTA reflection winners.
Good evening. So this is our second Board of Ed where we've honored students for their performance in the PTA Reflections program for the 2019-20 school year. So give yourselves a round of applause. So big congratulations. We are so very proud of you. So I'm going to call you up and ask for a certificate, and then I just ask for all students that after this is over, when you meet in the auditorium lobby, and then that way we're going to take a picture for everybody there with your certificates. So when I call your name, come on up. So Connor Hawkes, come on up, Connor. Great job, Connor. Megan McCarthy. Everly Arena. Congratulations. And I love your mask. Ryan Feba. Congratulations. You're welcome. And our next winner got one for not only for visual arts, but also was presented, she has 2 certificates for here today for also the theme, search, and the reflections contest. Scarlett Feba. So Scarlett, you are a 2-time winner. Congratulations. Charlotte Bishop. Sorry. Anve Patel. Congratulations. And you were awarded for dance. Excellent job. Also for dance, Sydney Zwayak. Ella Winter. You're welcome. So one more big round of applause. Great job, everybody. And when Mr. Miller dismisses, everyone just auditorium right in the lobby, and then our representative from Syntax is going to take their picture. So congratulations again.
Congrats, guys. Have a great night. If you guys want to make your way to the lobby for a picture. At this time, we'll turn it over to our student delegate, Mr. Honey.
Thank you. So the second marking period, as Dr. Honey was saying, is coming to the end at the end of this month. On the basis of high school extracurriculars, the yearbook committee is working on assembling this year's class of 2021 and 2020 to 2021 school year yearbook, and they've decided on a theme called "You Are Here." Focusing on, I'll just quote what the yearbook committee says: "You are here now. It doesn't matter if you're attending classes in person or remotely. You are here," which is a nice theme to collectively bring together, I think, what would boost our morale this year, whether we're at home or in person in school, focusing on schoolwork and working together with our classmates to get through this year. This SAD Club and Interact Club are running a PPE and mask drive, and that'll go, I believe, through the end of this month into next month as well. They might even extend it. Other extracurriculars such as jazz band and chamber music ensembles are meeting on a weekly basis, and the high school varsity track and field teams are also practicing on a daily basis and participating on meets on weekends this year. The underclassmen at the high school are continuing to meet with their guidance counselors to make their course requests for next year's schedule. And the last thing I have is to wish best of luck to senior class as they continue to make decisions on college and other post-high school plans. That's all I have for tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Honey. Any questions from trustees? Not hearing any, we'll move into the consent agenda. Are there any items the board would like removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda? Not hearing any, can I have a motion to approve consent agenda items F, G, H, I, J, and K? Mr. Brodsky, second. Mr. Siri, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Moving into the regular agenda, we do have one item. Can I have a motion to gratefully accept a donation from the Center of Workplace Solutions to use for general supplies and athletics in high school? Ms. Byrne, second. Good, Mr. Siri. Discussion. As always, thank you so much. We truly appreciate any donation to the school district. This one will be going to the high school to help out with athletics of their choosing. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. At this time, we'll open it up to the community for any new business. Not hearing any, we'll open it up to trustees for any new business. Mr. Johnson?
I just wanted to say I hope for the safety of everybody down in DC tomorrow, specifically the men and women of the National Guard that are there to protect everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Any other trustee new business? Can I have a motion to adjourn? Ms. Burns, second? Second by Mr. Siri. All in favor? Thank you guys so much for coming. We truly appreciate it.